Hey y'all, Dekumon here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Last time, we continued hanging out with Emet-Selch, Hythlodaeus, and Hermes, and of course, lovely little Meteion, who, we found out, is an empath, or entelechy, I believe is the correct term. We also found out that Hermes has some unusual beliefs compared to the rest of the Amaronites. He's pretty concerned about all life. Like the rest of these guys, they're just like, they don't care that much. They're like, oh, well, this life form clearly isn't working. We'll just kill it, revert its ether, and try again. And Hermes is like, no, these are living creatures. We also learned a lot more about Akasha, aka Dynamis, as they call it, and there's some theories rattling around the old noggin at this point that honestly I'm a little concerned. I'm starting to, oh, how do you like that? 1 minute into the video and the game's already like, you're done. Sheesh. Oh well. I suppose I'll take that as a sign that I need to be hurrying, not derping around too much today. Oh dear. Verdict and execution. Oh, right. The thing that Hermes was worried about is one of the life forms was apparently being excessively hostile, and the others are planning to put it down. An all too brief interlude, perhaps, but it is time I attend to my next task. As Emet-Selch and Hythlodaeus are aware, we reached a verdict regarding the fate of the Lycanos. 7 were created for observation, and all 7 must be unmade. And he does not like it. Doros has followed the correct protocols, and as Chief Overseer, I can find no fault in his judgment. The Lycaons would disrupt the natural order, ravaging and consuming other species until they themselves starve and perish. They cannot be released into the wild, and they cannot be allowed to remain here in Elpis. I intend to petition the Bureau of the Architect to have the concept preserved as a restricted purpose, hazardous life form. Hythlodaeus has pledged to support me in this endeavor. Yet whatever the Bureau decides, the existing Lycaons have served their purpose. Doros has already isolated the creatures and is preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join him forthwith. It is my duty to witness the conclusion to this study. If you are resolved, then we have but to accompany you. Of course. Let us be off then. We return to the main aisle. He's not happy. He is definitely not happy about this. The main aisle, huh? I have a sneaking suspicion that might actually be on the next aisle over there. Oh. Look at these things. These are freaking monsters. They look like wolfkin of some kind. Wolves are nasty, nasty foxes. What the hell? And why are you huffing and puffing, sir? Doros, are you hurt? What happened to you? They caught me off guard. I had them bound with ethereal shackles, but they became frenzied, even more so than usual, and broke free. Oh man, these things are tough. I was able to stop 4 of them. The other 3 escaped. Right, he could probably see them. I see them. 2 have taken to the air above the 12 Wonders. The last is up ahead, lurking in the fields. You and Dekumon handle that one. The pair in the sky you can leave to me. Alright. It's nice that he actually understands that I can fight. If this is how it must end, then so be it. I'm afraid it is how this will end. I will render assistance to Emet-Selch, unneeded though it is. Meteion, you should probably go back to base. Meteion, you are to stay here with Doros. But Hermes! The Lycaons must be reverted. I would spare you their pain, and mine. This is my burden, not yours. But if you are intent on helping, then please follow my lead. Holy crap, these things can fly. What? I appreciate your help and lament that it is necessary. There it is, our quarry. Within striking distance at present, but if it feels threatened, it may well flee beyond our reach. Here's my plan. You will approach slowly, in full view, and draw the Lycon's attention. Now I warn you, its abilities are as fiery as its temperament. Once it spots you, it will unleash orbs of flame. But fear not. By my measure, you are more than equal to the task. Withstand the onslaught for a few brief moments, and that will give me time to catch it unawares. Ready? Then let us begin. Alright. I can deal with these, no problem. I wasn't expecting to actually have to fight them. I kind of figured this would just be like, oh, hey, dodge some AoEs, but no, fight the fireballs. Just suits me just fine. Got another one in you, buddy? Actually, I'm on a Geishel. Oh, yeah, we're Geishel graining here. I clearly could use a little of the old assistance. Takes care of that one. Alright, I could go into Shroud, but I kind of want to save it just in case there's another batch of you guys. No? Alright, fine. That wasn't that bad. Come on down, buddy. How about a real fight?
Now.
Oh! It's even the staff of Hermes. Well done. I know. I'm sorry, poor beastie.
Forgive me. Please, forgive me. May you and your kin find peace. Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld, may you find tranquil seas. Be not forgotten. In concept endure, to reclaim form and one day live again.
I'm pretty sure I've seen these critters around.
The star, or any purpose save your own. Live again, if that be your desire.
Oh.
Hate, if that be your want. We are worthy. But leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high. Fly free.
I bet if one of those Elpis flowers was here, it would be pretty damn dark right now.
Join the convocation, Hermes. You do not belong here.
Wow. Just blunt.
Leave to replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing.
Ah, there's the Fan Daniel I know.
Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star? And when the star has reached perfection, what then? If all who are satisfied choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction?
Oof.
I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Fan Daniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death. I do not know if it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts, I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
Hermes,
Aw.
please don't be angry. It hurts so.
Aw. Come on, dude.
Forgive me. If you would still consider me in spite of everything, I beg some time to gather my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, HYADAELYN, I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
And you, my friend, I pray you find that which you seek.
And off he goes.
I expect we have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time? Aye.
Huh. Well. I love how I still stick out like a sore thumb with the tail coming out of my back end. I mean, the ears alone would be enough to set me off, but I suppose. Oh, excuse me, Chocobo. The other Lycons have been taken care of. The incident is resolved, and life in Elpis continues as normal, or ends as the case may be. Rationally speaking, I understand Hermes' argument. No matter how well deserved the rest, there is a pang of sadness when a colleague leaves us. Yet never has a departure caused me such grief as Hermes appears to feel. What must it be like to experience such torment? My man, you should be careful what you ask. Like, seriously careful what you ask. We have some new arm gear to put on before I get to anything else. Alright. Put on the recommended. That's not bad, although we'll have to wait till we have the full ensemble to really know. There we go. Alright, HYADAELYN. Next, Travelers at the Crossroads. Where to now? If there is anywhere you would like to visit before we leave, I should be glad to show you the way. Hermes has not yet outright refused his position with the convocation, merely postponed the decision. As such, I may as well resume my assessment. If we cannot accompany him, then I will content myself with questioning his colleagues. Ah, ever the pragmatist. Then allow me to remain your humble guide. And what of you, Dekumon? Will you continue along with us? Sure. Oh, wonderful. Our fellowship travels on unbroken. I say we explore another part of Elpis, and see what new encounters there are to be had. If you would follow me, we will first head back towards Angranosis. Towards Angranosis, you say? Ah. Alright, guys, what are we stopping here for? From here, we follow the path northwards to Notinus. There we will find one of the naves which facilitate travel between the islands of Elpis. First-time travelers must be accompanied by someone with the requisite permission, which I have previously been granted. We only need use the device together once, and henceforth you will have leave to use it freely. Shall we? Ah. Oh, the teleporter thing I saw earlier that I couldn't really do anything with. That's what this is. Ah, cool. It even kind of looks like a mini aetheryte this close. Here we are, Notineus. The naos will take us to Kalaminos Zephyros, the western island. That's it right there, looming large over us. Ah. Step this way, and we can soon admire the view from above. Alright, 3 to beam up. Literally, shoot, we're just going straight up from here, aren't we? Ah, here we are. I was wondering why we didn't have a sound effect for that.
I present to you Kalaminos Zephyros.
Kalaminos. Alright.
Here you will find a number of testing facilities, as well as the observation hub of Poiton Oikos. Right then. Let's begin by...
Look at the little rascal.
An Arrayus.
He's running like his life depends on it. He stole that rock and he is not gonna let it go. Oh, one of the shark guys.
What, pray tell, is that?
Ah, that's a new species of shark. We approved the concept but a few days ago. Sharks are among the most popular sea creatures. Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new concept. At first, they were largely orthodox. Consideration given to such things as size and environmental impact. And then a whimsical someone thought to bestow it with flight. Another, superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst. Concepts with multiple heads, or arms, or legs, or arms and legs, and so on and so forth. It was getting absurd. A part of me wanted to tell them to go away and find something else to create, but in the end,
I think it's decided your lunch.
Here we are.
Okay, who the heck was that? Very cool. Oh! You're the one we saw earlier.
That was too close. Are you unharmed?
HYADAELYN?
Well now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
It is, isn't it? That's her voice. That is straight up HYADAELYN's voice.
Vanar, we
Vanar,
should meet you here.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's frickin' HYADAELYN. We recognize her.
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star.
Oh, she was also a Zem, wasn't she? She's the one! She's our whole soul.
Well, she is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work. Vanar is her name, and she is the previous Azem.
Oh, the previous Azem. Oh.
It has been a while, Hythlodaeus. You look well. Less so, Emmet Selk. I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number.
Okay, so I slightly wrong here. She's not our whole soul. We're the severed version of the current Azem. She's the previous Azem.
A shame for one so young. You must make an effort to frown less often.
Wonder why her outfit's all white. Personal choice, maybe?
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is he, if I may ask?
Incorrigible as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the other day. I should be glad to share the tale in its entirety later, if you're so inclined.
Okay, yeah, no, we're definitely based off of that Azem.
Oh, you know I am. Now then, you are?
Not explaining. She's limping. That was odd.
I say, have you perchance come from the future?
Oh crap, she sussed us out. Run!
I do not believe we have ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you.
Oh.
Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
A traveler's ward, of course. It prevents the corruption of one's ether.
Oh. The blessing of light. That's what it is. It's a traveler's ward. Oh. Oh, and here we were, all set to believe that we'd been tempered by HYADAELYN. I mean, we still technically could be. That sounds rather like the Blessing of Light. Does it protect you from enthrallment by primals by any chance? Of course, they're gonna be like, what the feck's a primal?
Primals, you say? But I'm not familiar with such beings. But if they enthrall by warping the balance of ether, then yes, the magic would afford you a measure of protection.
Huh.
I gather from your question that you are not ignorant to its presence.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
Not really. It's right.
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
Yeah. Can't really, unfortunately, as much as I want to.
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
Mm-hmm. Minimal interference, I'm afraid. Well, so I'm going to explain them what I can, but not much, hopefully.
So, your actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours.
Mm-hmm.
How very exciting. I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future.
True. And it's like, God damn.
Until a moment finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge, so you needn't worry for us. More importantly, that you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest.
Yep.
Will you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
Oh, I would probably. Can I get, like, just the information I need without revealing the final days to you, crew? That might be difficult. I mean, if nothing else, I'll take the help I can. Oh, what do you want?
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself.
Yeah?
As a representative of the Convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
Oh shit. We're about to get grilled by Emmett. Memories.
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation?
Probably a good idea.
I've been working here for some days now at an old friend's behest. If it is agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Poiton Oikos.
Sweet.
We were meant to meet. I am certain of it.
Pretty sure your future self knew this was gonna happen.
Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly, and sent you unto myself in the past. It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to. And quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
Oh, of course. Yeah, just like you, isn't it? HYADAELYN. I figured we'd have to just, you know, be taken there, but alright. My apologies, but before we move along, a colleague has tasked me with a matter which I'd rather not leave unresolved. It involves finding a certain concept-engraved crystal, and the quick-figured Aureus which made off with it. Ah! Yeah, we saw him earlier. An Aureus, you say? I think we might have seen the culprit before being distracted by that business with the shark. Would you like us to follow its ethereal trail? That would, of course, lead us only to the Aureus. There's no guarantee that it hasn't dropped or stashed away the crystal you seek. Oh, please. Even that much would be enormously helpful. While you are hunting down the thief, I can follow behind and scour the forest floor just in case. Could I ask that you join the search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land to the west of here. Alright. Oh, many thanks. There's a small bridge leading to Poiton Oikos. Let us meet up there once we've exhausted our efforts. I'm sure I'll be the one to go find the crystal. Why is this marked? Oh, because I probably haven't finished the quest. So it hasn't marked it as cleared yet, and I can't use the teleporter at will. Northeast. It's not far from here. Maybe I can find that first. Aha! Hiding behind a rock. I knew it had to be close by. I was worried as close as it was. I was like, is it on the back end of the little island? 288 to the northwest. Well, that's probably over by that aetheryte. Hello. Found the little rascal. You did drop it. Perfect. Takes care of that. Now I just gotta deliver it. Of course, before I do that, I want to make sure I get my next ether current. This should be 7? I believe, yes, this should be number 7. Let's confirm that just to be on the safe side. Yes, I'm only missing 3. Figured you 3 would be actually in the settlement, but all right.
Our last searcher returns. I'm afraid the Aureus no longer had the crystal, nor was I able to find it as I followed in its wake. I don't suppose you fared any better.
Lady, I am the warrior of light. I will find anything, anywhere.
Oh, the crystal! Well done! Wonderful. Now I can focus on your tale without that missing concept nagging at my mind. Have you always had a knack for finding things?
I've often been asked to do so. Traveling and searching go hand in hand. Yeah, I have had so many fetch quests.
Oh, you do. Some of us seem destined to always be searching, for ourselves and for others. Long ago, when I held the seat of Azem, I was forever trekking back and forth across the star in search of answers to people's problems. Naturally, the need for such journeys has lessened considerably since I entrusted the position to my whimsical successor. Yet I am still eager to come running should an old acquaintance or new interest require my personal attention. That is what brings me to Elpis, in fact. Many times has my presence been requested, my opinion sought concerning the habitat of this or that creation. Agreeing to help locate that missing crystal was a minor distraction, which now promises to become a major revelation. How strange and wonderful it is the way one thing leads to another. Wouldn't you agree?
That's kind of how this goes for me. One thing always leads to another. A past not yet come to pass. Oh dear.
Thank you again for your timely help. Now then, 'tis time I return to this stolen property. If you would go on ahead to my accommodation, I will join you as soon as I have attended to that task. Follow the path straight ahead to the building at the top of the slope. I have the entire place to myself, so we can speak without fear of being disturbed or overheard.
Just the whole place to herself? Wow. Nice place you got here.
Welcome to my temporary abode. Please, make yourself at home while I put on some tea.
Wow, literally we're gonna play answers here? Interesting choice.
A wonderful aroma. I feel more relaxed already.
Would that I had sweetmeats to offer, but I travel light out of habit. There's plenty of hot water though, so please have as much tea as you like. Now then, will you tell us your tale?
Oh boy. This is gonna be a hell of a thing. Man, you literally make me on the spot here. The frickin' answers reprieve going. A calamity called the Final Days has befallen the world. The world has been sundered, broken into shards. Mankind is being forced to flee the star. Yeah, I think we gotta start with the big one here. The Final Days. That's the main reason we're here. Jeez, not everyone speak at once.
Why don't you start from the beginning?
Alright. Oh, it's gonna be a hell of a tale, and everyone's head's gonna explode. I'm gonna have to stitch you all back together, and this tea's gonna be cold by the time I'm done talking. And 2 days later, the tale is finally told. Oh no, I'm still going. HYADAELYN the Mother Crystal. The shards, oh dear. The Ascians. I'm hoping I'm not irrevocably fetzing up the future here. Wow, we literally told Emmett's story to Emmett. Us murdering Zodiarch, setting off the final days again. Yeah, that was fun. You asked for this, trust me. I wasn't interested in telling it.
Preposterous. Utterly preposterous.
And of course he doesn't believe us.
While not the words I would have chosen, I too have my doubts. Much of it borders on the incredulous. What of you, Vanar?
She believes us.
Not knowing the precise details of the first final days, it is difficult to determine the veracity of the tale. Supposing it is all true, I must ask myself why I would do what I did. Why would I feel I had no recourse but to oppose the 14 and create this HYADAELYN?
Good question.
Circumstances change, of course, but it would not have been an easy decision regardless. No, there must have been a reason. One compelling enough to force me to take such drastic measures. Then there is the Elpis flower, which I said would serve as a guide.
Which is, I assume you said that specifically to get us here.
That it's of import to your mission is plain, but your presence here leads me to believe that this place also holds significance. But what could it be? What are we meant to accomplish?
Might it not be simply thus? In the future whence he came, the final days could not be averted. Mankind has no choice but to flee the star. By alerting us to that eventuality, perhaps you wish to pave the way for other futures.
Interesting.
Theoretically speaking, it is a possibility. Yet if that were my primary objective, I see no reason to guide our friend to Elpis specifically. The capital and Amarot, or even my own home would be more logical destinations.
No, I feel like the reason we're here is Hermes. It has to be.
True, true. I note also that HYADAELYN did not specify a point in time to which he must return. By this, it may be inferred that it was not critical that we should meet.
Alternately, she had reason to believe that our paths would converge, coincidental though it may seem.
This is quite a puzzle. And we do not have all the pieces.
No, we don't.
Hardly any. But we do have one immutable fact.
That's me. I'm here.
If the final days are indeed as described, they will bring death to all that I hold dear. Yet despite being afforded long years of preparation, the only provisions I could make were for flight. Nay, my first and foremost endeavor would be to find a way to forestall the coming doom.
Given that even the 14 failed, mayhap you deemed it impossible.
Nothing is impossible. This I have always believed. And if HYADAELYN is indeed me, she would believe the same.
You've been awful quiet over there, Emmett.
Listen to yourself. Are you seriously entertaining the notion that you are a messianic figure in some far-fetched tale? Well, I will not. I refuse to accept that our world could be undone by some unforeseen calamity.
You're not gonna like it when it actually happens, buddy.
I also take offense to my portrayal as a megalomaniacal madman. To sacrifice oneself for the star is a noble act, and I would hold those who gave themselves to this zodiac in the highest esteem.
Yeah, you would, and you did.
Yet, you claim I recreated Amarot and populated it with phantoms of our people? A bizarre indulgence that would be insulting to their memory.
I think it was more just out of loneliness than anything, dude.
Worse still, I even invited you there. Literally invited my own downfall. Why would I do something so idiotic and inexplicable?
There was a lot of different reasons, but I think the big one was you were just tired. You'd been alone for so long. You were just tired.
Now, I will allow that the hypothetical task of restoring our world would be daunting in the extreme. The thought of having to bear such a burden for 1,000 lives horrifies me. But I would never forsake my duty. I would never forsake my brethren. You do not know me.
Oof.
I've had my fill of your fiction. I will return to my duty, and you will not bother me again.
Yeesh. Alright, see you around, Emmett.
Emmett Selk, wait!
Oh, and see you later, Hythlodaeus. Yes, it's just me and Venat, huh?
You've seen much of Elpis already. If you have any observations to share, I should like to hear them.
Well, I've seen a lot of the critters around here before. Dynamis is key to all of this. Hermes and Midion are somehow involved. I'm trying to make sense of it all. No, I swear Hermes and Midion have to be involved at some point. They have to be. Some way.
Hermes and his creation Meteon, you say?
Yeah.
If Dynamis is the self-same energy as Akasha, as it likely seems, then those two may well be at the center of the calamity to come. This warrants further investigation.
Mm-hmm. That it definitely does.
With that settled, it is time for action. The missing pieces of the puzzle are here, I'm certain of it. And when you find them, the picture my future self has painted will be complete, and you will have your answer. And suffice it to say, I will aid you in your quest.
Well, thank goodness. Been a little awkward around here with no one to talk to otherwise. Still sucks that those two stormed off. Well, one stormed off and the other one just followed.
Have faith. If Emmett Selk is the man Azum described to me, we've not seen the last of him.
Who knows, maybe it's a circular paradox. As in, the whole reason Emmett Selk created Amarot and invited us there to kill him was because we told him that was gonna happen. Nah, that's crazy talk.
Shall we begin our investigations then? I am acquainted with Hermes, of course, but only as a visitor received by the chief overseer of Elpis. Of the man himself, I know only that which is common knowledge. Thus, I suggest we fall back on the tried and true method of conversing with the locals. The observers who live here can surely tell us more of Hermes and Meteon, and I have a good idea of where we might begin.
Oh? Speak with Venat once more. Just gotta come down here and deal with this first. And yes, I already got the Aetheryte. That was priority 1 as soon as I got in range of the thing. I don't see any other people at the moment. Oh, there's one actually.
See you the woman standing in front of yonder building? Her name is Ismin. She is the one who made arrangements for my stay at Elpis, and from what I can recall, She has held her position here for quite some time. Chances are she can provide us with some insights. Go and ask your questions. I will help with drawing out answers if need be, but I leave the choice of topic up to you.
Something tells me I could botch this.
Questions? For me? Well, I suppose I've no other pressing duties at the moment.
The following event cannot be skipped. Yep, I knew it. Gonna be one of these. Yep, put me in first person mode and oh, hello Venat.
Greetings, this man. My friend here is desperately curious about Chief Hermes, and I was wondering if you might indulge him. Oh, certainly, Mistress Venat. Anything to be of service.
I know, I keep calling her Venat, it's Venat.
What do you wish to know?
What kind of person is Hermes? What are Hermes' interests? What kind of person is Hermes?
Well, I can only answer from my own experience, but I would describe him as a quiet man. Reserved, you might say, and occasionally somewhat poor with his choice of words. His recondite nature, however, does not prevent him from carrying out his duties as Chief Overseer. The man is a walking archive when it comes to life forms. He can discuss any species in incredible detail, and is the leading authority on concepts with the power of flight. I hope that answers your question. Was there anything else?
How long's Meteon been here? Do you know of Meteon's abilities? Yeah, how long has Meteon been here?
I cannot rightly say. As the Chief's personal creation, Meteon has not been subjected to observation and study like its other concepts.
Interesting.
So one day she was simply there. And what do you make of her abilities? I understand she is highly unusual familiar, able to read emotions and communicate directly with one's mind. Exactly how she was created with that talent, however, is a mystery to me. My apologies. I wish I could explain her nature in more depth, but I have not had occasion to discuss it with Chief Hermes.
Do you wish to know him better? Do you trust him? Yeah. Do you wish you'd gotten to know him better?
The Chief may not be the most gregarious individual, but he engages with us as is necessary for everyone to perform their duties. I wouldn't want to intrude upon his privacy for the sake of curiosity. Though, if you wish to learn more about Meteon, you could try speaking with Tiamos, another expert in the creation of flying concepts. He should be conducting his observations on the banks of the stream somewhere to the east. Oh, and unless you take particular joy in rambling discourse, I suggest you keep your questions concise.
Oh, one of those, huh?
We shall keep that in mind. Thank you for your patience and your insight. Oh, think nothing of it. If there is aught else you need during your stay, please do not hesitate to ask.
Well, that worked out well.
Come, Dekumon. I think we've taken enough of Ismin's time.
They like giving us these little branching question ones now, don't they?
Our investigation is off to a fine start, wouldn't you agree? From here, I propose that we split up. I shall continue making inquiries with the resident observers if you could track down the colleague Ismin mentioned. While I did feel compelled to interject once or twice during that previous conversation, you seem more than capable of drawing forth the answers you seek. I can do that. All I ask is that you watch your footing around the stream. We can meet back here once you've finished speaking with this Tiamos.
Timaeus, huh? Kinda reminds me of Tiamat's name. Well, you're an interesting looking dude. What have you got to say for yourself? Yes, I am Timaeus, but please keep your voice down. You'll startle the birds. Oh, okay. Alright, be concise, I remember that. So, what is it that you wish to speak about? Is it true you're an expert on flying creations? What do you think of Chief Hermes' flying creations? Yeah, we're gonna go straight to it.
Chief Hermes' work. A worthy subject indeed. These beings which soar through the clouds, majestic and graceful, are ever a favorite of creators. Even now, with so many varieties in existence, the flood of newly imagined concepts continues unabated. What sets the Chief's creations apart, however, is how they benefit from his boundless knowledge of the celestial realm.
Oh.
Birds that climb so high that they disappear from view. Others which traverse the boundless sky in moments, and all without riding the currents. I know of none save he who can conceive of such marvels. Even we who prize elegance of form above all else are dumbfounded by his genius.
Huh. Why not mimic his process? Meteon 2 is a marvel then?
My opinion on that matter would be superficial at best. Despite my admiration for Meteon as a concept, I've never delved too deeply into the inner workings of her nature. I know that she has a gift for communicating via emotions, but otherwise her abilities are a mystery to me. If Chief Hermes could choose to submit Meteon's concept to the Bureau of the Architect, then will the design be registered for public scrutiny? Analyzing a colleague's creation before that step is frowned upon, to say the least. Of course, if he came to me, a fellow artisan, looking for advice, well, that would be an entirely different story. Do you know of Dynamis and Entelekes? I could tell you more of Meteon's nature if you like. No, we should be concise here. Dynamis and Entelekes. Those terms do sound vaguely familiar. Was there not a flower made here in Elpis which exhibited properties of one or the other? It must have been centuries that I last heard anyone speak of such things. Has there been a resurgence in interest? Not really. Oh, then why bring up the subject? I'm flattered that you sought my insight, but I cannot afford to neglect my duties for the sake of idle chatter. Now, I really must return to my observations. Surely you have your own tasks to attend to. Well, I suppose I could have taken the other option. Probably should have, to be honest. Well, Vana, that was minorly to moderately interesting. Back already? That was quick work. You were obviously clever enough to head off any of that rambling Ismene mentioned. So, have you any new findings to share? Well, a little bit. A little of that, a little of this. I see. Even an expert in the field had little understanding of Meteon's capabilities, let alone an awareness of Dynamis. My questions resulted in much the same answers. Hermes' colleagues view Meteon as his personal project, and could provide no details beyond those which you just told me. Which leads me to believe that the only person with any significant knowledge of Dynamis is Hermes himself. Yes, we've made some progress here, but more information is needed if we are to reach any definitive conclusions. But I have a feeling those will have to come later, because that is all the time I have for today. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a like and favorite, and subscribe to join me for more Yours in Adventures. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.